and welcome back to the channel. And today we are in Xplane12, and we're flying the Zibo 737-800. Yes, I know I'm late to the party. This is my first look. All the big time YouTubers have been and made their money and got all their likes and clicks with all their first looks and previews and everything, and they've gone on to the next fancy fashionable fad that's coming out. And here I am. It's just you and I, guys, the faithful, loyal, real flight simulator fans, still here playing around with Xplane12. Now, today we are just doing a little flight from Palm Springs over to Los Angeles just to try out Xplane12, because I've actually had it on my machine for over a week or a couple of weeks, but I've only just managed to get it going because I had to update all my video card drivers, so I got someone to help me do all that kind of stuff because I'm not good at it. And then basically I cut and pasted the Zibo 737 from Xplane11 and dumped it into Xplane12. So I'm not sure if it's going to run very well. I did a bit of a test the other day. It seemed to run okay. Probably hasn't got all the functions of the new Zibo for Xplane12, but it's still a very nice study level aircraft. And we're going to see if we can get from A to B in this old Zibo 737-800 in the new Xplane12. So we'll see how we get on. From the opening screens you saw that I had all the services come to the aircraft and do their thing, everything they had to do. Also quite cold this morning. We had a little bit of snow floating around. It's gone to water, and I had the de-icing machines on the plane de-icing all the wings and the moving surfaces. You saw that in the opening screens, and it just looked fantastic. See the men working away on the de-icing machines. Fantastic. Very, very impressed. So that's very cool. So let's get inside our cockpit, and as you can see, I'm going to point out all the things that I think are different from the who's that? Is that the, yeah, this is the old 737. So I've got that funny looking pilot there. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, so I'm going to point out all the things that are different from the old Xplane11, and all the nice new things that I discover in Xplane12. So I'm going to point all those out to you. Straight up the bat, I can see that the lighting is different. The lighting is different inside the cockpit. It's not so dark. The colors are very nice. Looks a lot more real. So the shading and the colors look fantastic right from the get-go. So that's a good thing. We're all up and running. I don't seem to have much sound inside the aircraft here. Hang on, I've got the pause. Okay, that's it. Don't have a lot of sound inside the aircraft, but I'm expecting a few bugs. I'm not expecting everything to run perfectly today. And we'll just sort some things out as we go. I think, as I said, this is the old Zibo 737. It's not the new latest download version. So I'm just going to see if I can get to A to B in the old 737, okay, the old Zibo mod. So we're all fired up, ready to go. I'm going to get some pushback. I'm going to go through my flow, and I've also got put a little flight plan in as well. So I'll see you back here soon.
Pushback, release parking brake.
Now what I've done here is I've got my Xbox controller set to my nose wheel steering. So all my ground handling and ground maneuvers are all done on my Xbox controller, which is pretty jolly cool, I have to say. Very easy for ground handling. Yeah, so it's very easy to handle on the ground when you have your see the nose wheel steering yoke here. This is completely usable. See that? Spins around there so you can steer. I don't think on the PMDG 737 that steering wheel is available, so that is pretty cool. I really like that. Makes the ground handling very, very easy. A little bit of ice on the ground, bit of water, a little bit of rain and a bit of frost. There was a little bit of snow on the ground earlier this morning. Right, let's bring our throttles up. And here we go, guys. We are in Xplane12 flying our Zibo 737. Gear up. And let's see if we can establish some stable flight. We'll just get to a reasonable altitude first. We're hand flying this plane so far today. Keep it around 15 degrees climb out. Okay, I'm going to activate the autopilot. Put on the altitude hold, speed mode, LNAV, and our autopilot on there. Vertical speed I'll set at 1,400 for now. Altitude 10,000 feet. Let's go to 11,000 feet. Speed 250 knots at this stage, and hopefully we are following our flight plan. Yes, bring our flaps up, following our flight plan here. That is a good sign. Just enjoy some scenery. Beautiful scenery here. Beautiful clouds as we climb out of Palm Springs, and we're heading over to San Diego. Los Angeles. Just a pretty short hop today, so I don't think we're going to be at altitude for very long. Just a very short hop to try out, see if our 737 Zibo is working.
1,000 to go.
Like I said, this is the old 737 Zibo. I just copy and pasted it from Xplane12. So if everything's working right, I'll be totally amazed. Totally surprised and amazed, I'm sure. Very amazed. But so far, it's looking good. We've got our flight plan. Our autopilot's on. Our autopilot everything's working. LNAV is working. All our displays are working. There may be some advanced features in the new Zibo that may not work, but at the moment the old Zibo seems to be doing a perfectly good job. And let's be honest, I love the old Zibo. So if I'm missing one or two or three features from the new one, I don't really mind. I don't mind at all, as long as everything works and it's running lovely and smooth. Right, so we are following our flight plan. I love the way this one, you can just open the cabin door and get up and walk around in the cabin. You can head down to the say hello to the passengers. You can head out through this back door, or you have the opportunity of locking it. I love the way you've got the screen here like you always have had in the Zibo. I like the way this steering yoke works here for the nose wheel. Makes the ground handling very, very simple and easy. So much to love about the Zibo 737-800. Xplane12, it was brilliant, and in Xplane12, because of the nice updated graphics in Xplane12, it makes the Zibo even more enjoyable. Even though I've got the non-updated Zibo, it is still just amazing. Really enjoy it. So let's have a look where we are on our flight plan. Not quite at the coast yet, so no need to start bringing our speed down right now. Okay, so we're down to 4,000 feet. Over to the left, you can see the huge tarmac that is Los Angeles. And we'll just be heading out over the coast, and then we will loop around and line up runway 07 right. So I can start bringing my altitude down to 3,000 feet to intercept our finals. Vertical speed. Look at our map, see where we are. Here we go. So we've got a bit of a loop to do around here, and then we'll be on our final approach. Loving the colouring in this game, the clouds, the sky, the sunsets. As you can see on my thumb, I went for a bit of a test flight. Didn't fully fly from A to B, but I went for a bit of a test flight in this, I think it was sunrise or sunset, I can't remember, but you can see on that thumb, I took a couple of photos, and the lighting is just stunning, just beautiful. Okay, I think we're coming into our finals now. Gear down and locked. And we are on our final approach. Let's have a look, see what these diamonds are doing. Not sure if they're going to work or do anything for us, but we will try our luck, guys.
1,000 to go.
We will try our luck. See if our ILS systems work. There's our approach hold. 150 knots. Let's bring our speed down a little bit more. And we can lower some flaps a little bit more. Quite a bit of sun glare. Quite a bit of sun glare. Can't see much of the actual runway at the moment. Doesn't that look stunning? Just beautiful. Okay, here we go. We can see our map. We are right on target for runway 07 right. Although we can't see the runway yet. Let's have a look what our little diamonds are doing. This diamond is coming down. This diamond is not quite right where it should be. I think we may have to do a manual approach as we get a little bit closer. Right, so I'm going to turn off the autopilot now. Auto throttle off. Flight director off. Okay. I've now got control of the plane. And we'll bring this girl in manually.
1,000 to go.
Let's see how we go, guys. The first time we're going to do a manual landing in the Zibo 737 and Xplane12. Like I said at the beginning, there could be some features that don't work in this Zibo 737, simply because I did a cut and paste the old Zibo into the new Xplane12. So far everything has worked absolutely perfectly. It hasn't locked onto the ILS. That could very well be something that I have missed out and haven't done correctly. So that is fine. But I can do manual landings. I'm
1,000
happy.
feet stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Happy to do manual landings. Okay, auto brakes. Let's get those set up. Just get them round to 3. Okay, here we go. Stay on track. Keep focused on the runway. 140 knots.
500. 400. 300.
A little bit wobbly.
200.
A little bit wobbly.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
$80 knots.
Wow, that wasn't too good. That wasn't too good, guys. I'm sorry. My view went all wonky. Is my reverse thrusters working? Oh yeah, there it goes. Let's have a look at the replay mode. Let's have a look at the replay mode, but it wasn't good, I believe. Okay, here we are at the gate at Los Angeles. Welcome to Los Angeles, everybody. Our first flight in our Zibo in Xplane12. Now when I tried to bring up the replay mode, it sort of froze. It wouldn't load the scenery. It had a bit of an issue there, a bit of a problem, so I'm going to have to address that and have a look at that. But apart from that little glitch in the replay mode, the whole thing worked perfectly. Xplane worked perfectly. The Zibo 737 from Xplane12 that I cut and pasted over worked perfectly. So I'm happy. I can fly the Zibo as it is. Now, I don't know if I can recommend that you do that with your Zibo and your Xplane12, because it seems that different people have different problems. Different computers, different setups had different problems. But that's what I tried, my first port of call, and it worked fine. So I'll stick with it for a little while. Now the other thing, there's a default 737-800 in Xplane12, and I've got to say, I believe it is largely overlooked and underestimated. It is a great 737, guys. It really is. For a default 737, it is practically, almost, pretty much study level. And I think I'm going to do some more flights in that, in the default 737-800. I think it doesn't get as much love as it deserves, that plane. So if you haven't flown it and you like 737s, get in, fly it around, show it some love, because I think it is highly underrated. It's a great little plane, it really is. So I might do some flights coming up in the default 737-800 in Xplane12. And obviously there won't be any glitches like this one. This one had that glitch with the replay mode. There may be other things that aren't working properly that I don't know about, because I'm not a full-on flight simulator or a real pilot. So there may be other systems that I'm not using that don't work. I don't know. But just as a simple casual flyer, it works perfectly, and I'm pretty happy. It looks beautiful. It's easy to fly. I botched up the landing a little bit because I wasn't used to I've reconfigured things with the steering, the nose wheel steering and the rudders. So when I landed, my view position wasn't right, and then I had to try and control it. So a little bit of practice just to get used to that. But it is very easy to fly. Manually, you can just adjust the trim and get stable flight and just fly it manually, straight and smooth, very, very easily. You could fly from A to B just by adjusting the trim, getting it level, and pretty much it flies itself. It's really smooth and lovely to fly. But that was it. I hope you enjoyed that video. I think it looks good. I'm really happy to do some more flying around in this Xplane12. I really like it. A lot nicer looking than Xplane11. And of course I've got my beautiful 737s to fly around in. Let me know what you think in the comments. I will fly both. I will fly the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. But at the moment I'm loving this Zibo and I'm loving the Xplane. So I will use both. Take care, guys. Keep safe. I'll see you on the next video. If there's something particularly you would like to see me fly in Xplane12, let me know in the comments. I won't be adding a lot of DLCs, I promise you. I added on, I think, North America because that's where my hub is based. I fly around a lot there. But I won't be adding on a lot of DLCs at this stage. Okay, I may get the odd plane, I don't know. But I've got heaps of planes in Flight Sim 2020 if I want to fly a particular plane. But I am loving this. I think it is a beautiful simulator and I'm very happy with it. Keep safe, guys. Happy flying. See you on the next video. Over and out. Cheers.